It's like a reward.
Yes.
Who calls me from out of the pit?
Welcome to a special episode of the Return to the Son of the Show. I'm Paul.
I'm Mark.
And tonight, we thought we'd do something a little different and do a little bit of interruption on the wonderful world of Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And bring you another blind draw from the Shack Sack. Now, this is in honor of Mike, who couldn't be with us here tonight.
Correct.
For those of you that don't know, Mike is a huge Shaq fan. In fact, if anybody out there knows Shaq or maybe knows somebody who knows Shaq, let us know because, Mike would really like to meet him.
Yeah, he's a friendly guy on the TikTok. If you've seen the TikTok, he's always doing nice things for fans. So.
Yeah. So I can't imagine why he wouldn't be super awesome enough to spend a little time with Mike.
Yeah, he would really appreciate it.
He'd be like those Make-A-Wish kids. Oh.
It would be Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish. This is our Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish. All right. Okay, well, on that note, we're not going to waste any more of your time.
Yep.
We're going to get to the blind draw from the Shack Sack. Now, and those of you that don't know, there's 3 movies in here that I've handpicked because I'm 97% positive Mark has never seen them.
Oh, it's only 97% tonight?
Well...
It's supposed to 99.
Yeah.
All right.
Because there is one.
Okay.
Now, he has a choice. Blind draw one of these 3, and if he wants to, he can go for door number 1. He can either keep the movie he pulls from here, or the mystery movie. So, whenever you're ready, sir, just Shack Sack.
Ooh, that feels nice. It feels a little cheaper.
His sack feels nice. The contents of his sack feels nice.
That feels like an old... Hold on. We're going to pick... Yes!
All right. You have picked The Seawolves. The Seawolves, starring Gregory Peck, David Niven, Roger Moore, and a whole lot of other people. Based on a true story. It's a pretty damn good movie that no one has seen. So, question is,
yes,
do you want this movie, or do you want to pick what's behind door number 1?
Well, I think I'm going to have to go with this movie because it's got Gregory Peck in it. That's a selling point. They were the unlikeliest heroes of World War II, the gray-haired veterans of the Calcutta Light Horse, who hadn't seen action since the Boer War, but were fated to become the Sea Wolves. Gregory Peck, Roger Moore, David Niven, Trevor Howard, and Patrick McNee, another James Bond veteran, had the top-notch cast of this retelling of true wartime exploits hidden until the 1978 British Official Secrets Act lifted security restrictions. In 1943, German merchant vessels off neutral Goa, a Portuguese colony on India's western coast, transmit information about Allied ships to a predatory U-boat. Unable to launch a raid in neutral waters, the British draft some unofficial commandos. Shot on location, The Sea Wolves is a grand all-star adventure that recalls the Guns of the Navarone and the Dirty Dozen. Want excitement? You've got it.
46 freighters sunk by German submarines in the Indian Ocean in the past month. Look, damn it, we've got to get rid of that transmitter. Do you know how many lives depend on supplies that are lying at the bottom of the Indian Ocean?
What if a group of British civilians managed to board there themselves?
And which civilians did you have in mind?
The Calcutta Light Horse.
Lewis, you're talking about a mixed bag of boozing, middle-aged, pot-bellied businessmen.
Are you expecting my men to volunteer without having the faintest idea what they're volunteering for?
Right.
Unfortunately, Bill, there'll be no pay in it. No pensions if anyone's killed or wounded. And no credit.
It all sounds unbelievably attractive to me. Love it.
So we have three leads, basically. Gregory Peck, National Treasure, Moby Dick. Gosh, there's too many movies to even list.
Atticus Finch.
Atticus Finch. Yeah, but you know how I feel about that. That's a whole other story. I'm going to go with Ahab and Moby.
Ahab's fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Of course, British National Treasure Roger Moore as Captain Gavin Stewart. So he plays a major role in the movie.
Yeah.
Gregory Peck plays Colonel Lewis Pugh. He's also sort of the other lead of the movie. And then David Niven, who was in Casino Royale, and among many other things, as Colonel W.H. Grice. He leads the ragtag group of retirees on the mission.
Love it.
Trevor Howard as Jack Cartwright, and Trevor was one of the elders in Superman 1 and 2.
Guilty.
Barbara Kellerman as Mrs. Cromwell, in quotes, because we'll talk about her. Patrick McNee of Avengers fame, also from a James Bond movie.
Battlestar
Galactica. Yeah, one of our favorites. Patrick McNee as Major Yogi Crossley, who spends most of the movie standing on his head. Then we've got Kenneth Griffith as Wilton. He was from the Wild Geese. A lot of these guys were reunited from the Wild Geese movie. So then there was Michael Medwin. He was one of the guys. Actually, he was called Radcliffe. He was kind of younger than the rest of the retirees, but he must have also been the youngest vet.
Yeah.
But he's famous for, at least to me, as the Scrooge's nephew in the 1970 Albert Finney movie. I'm sitting there watching the movie, going, "Why is he's so cheery?" And wait, that's what he was in. He was in Scrooge as the cheery nephew of Scrooge. Alan Cuthbertson, who plays a really big guy who gets shot and they have to carry him down the steps. But I said that he could have been Ted Turner in the Ted Turner biography, but he was from Guns and Navarone. So if the guys weren't in the Wild Geese, they were in Guns and Navarone for this movie. And then finally, William Morgan Shepherd, who puts on an eye patch in the movie for I'm not sure why.
Well, it's not going to do any good.
Yeah.
You won't let him see in the dark.
Yeah. So he puts an eye patch on. He kind of gets beat up by some of the Nazi crew. But ironically enough, he also wears an eye patch when he plays when he's much older, plays the Klingon commander of Rurapenthe in Star Trek VI.
Work well, and you will be treated well. Work badly, and you will die.
7 Sound.
Why I know all that, I don't know. But so an all-star British cast, kind of like a British. What if British Cocoon actors?
Yeah,
it's like Cocoon on a military mission. But yeah, it's even at this point, I mean, this movie came out in 1980. Even by then, Roger Moore was, although he plays sort of the young, dashing James Bond character in the movie, he was kind of starting to be over the hill too. So there's a whole bevy of over the hill British actors.
Yes. One of the things I like about this movie is, and then I'll let you go off on it.
Sure.
one of the things I like about this movie is Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Okay, if you've watched, our Moonraker,
Which you should.
which you should because it's nobody is.
Right.
We're kind of like hesitant to get into the Roger Moore era because it's not our favorite,
Yeah.
to say the least. But was a good actor.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's great in this movie playing James Bond, basically in a not Roger Moore James Bond type of character.
Correct.
He's in two really good movies. One with Lee Marvin called Shout at the Devil.
Okay.
And the other with Jean-Claude Van Damme of all people.
Wow. Okay.
In a movie from the 90s called The Quest.
Where did you learn to fight like that?
It was long ago.
On the run from the law, captured by gun runners.
A stowaway. You work for us. Put him in chains. Who the hell is that?
What's your name, son?
Christopher Dubois.
Mine's Dobbs. Your Dobbs. Chris Dubois, the United States of America, the best fighter I've ever seen.
Be ready at all times. You will learn that.
He wouldn't give up until he found a way to win back his honor.
The best fighters will meet to compete in the Lost City for a dragon made of solid gold.
I tell you what, you get us to the Lost City, and I'll make sure that we come back with the gold.
Here in the Lost City, we greet our first heroes.
The Quest.
I also enjoyed him playing a joke of himself in the Cannonball Run.
Oh yeah,
I think he was brilliant in the Cannonball Run, playing Roger Moore, thinking he is James Bond, but he's not.
Yeah,
so he plays himself
with the glass jaw. He's knocked out.
Yeah. I thought it was great. I was amazed the whole time we're watching it that despite there were some. I mean, there really were some James Bond trappings in this.
There's a lot.
So, the way they filmed it, the way, Roger Moore walks around in a white tuxedo than a black tuxedo.
They made sure they got both of them.
Yeah. The way that even the end credits look like the end credits of a Bond movie, but the fact that it's based on a true story is just amazing. It's amazing that they pulled this off. And what I expected was that the movie would be the whole mission, would be the boat mission. And so I like the fact that there was a really long setup.
Yeah.
I mean, so it took a long time to build. That way it was like a spy movie. It took a long time. So,
it has it all. It has the Cloak and Dagger spy stuff.
Yeah.
It has that ship, which the ship should get its own credit.
Correct. Yeah.
I love a good, greasy, hot boat.
Yeah.
And then of course it delivers
on the end
on the action.
Yeah. I loved all the Cloak and Dagger stuff. I loved how they slowly figure out what's going on. And then I thought it was great that, Mrs. Cromwell is actually a Nazi and she's working against them without Roger Moore realizing it as he falls in love with her. He says he falls in love with her, which I think he did. Until she, tries to stab him.
Well, until it wouldn't even have been that. The fact that she killed the one dude, who
the old man, who didn't even want to take on the mission because his heart was so bad.
Yep.
And then he does great with Roger Moore. Yeah. So no, I loved all the Cloak and Dagger, them slowly figuring things out, building to the fact that they had to hire this group of retirees to do the job because the Nazis had secretly put the communication ships in neutral territory.
Yeah.
And I thought that was, that's like right out of a spy movie.
Yeah.
I was actually just watching, I'm going to forget the name of it again. Well, when 8 Bells Toll. And so the Alistair MacLean 1970s movie, and there was a plot about sinking ships to get gold bullion. So it seems like it's like right out of a spy novel, but this really happened. That's what I think's great. And so just the the double agents everywhere, so you're not sure. The David, I'm sorry, Roger Moore, and Gregory Peck, they'll leave a room, and then the people they were talking to are actually Nazi agents or sympathizers.
Yeah.
And then, they have to pay certain ones off. They have to get ones to turn each other, and then they're pretty. I mean, Roger Moore's pretty brutal in this. He kills. I mean, he snaps that one guy's neck.
Yep.
For daring to have a mole on his face that was more prominent than Roger Moore's mole on his face. But so yeah, I loved the first half a lot, and I think I normally would have been like, okay, let's get to the boat.
What are you doing?
We also get the classic training, but it's funny. I mean, the old guys are all trying to lift weights and run, and the wives are all like, "Oh, what's going to do?"
Yes, what's going to get into you?
Yeah, that's right.
I like speaking of training when they're practicing with the machine guns on the boat. Okay, these guys were around during the Boer War, so they're like,
yeah.
And then they hand them these machine guns, and it's like it had to have been like the 4th of July. Well, if they celebrated it, it'd have been like the 4th of July to those guys.
Yeah, they were. It was great. It was. The training scenes were great. The fact that I kind of like too. Again, I'm talking about it like it's a fake spy movie. So the plot elements but it's all true. So, but it's the fact that the Nazis kind of figure out something's not right. So they booby trap their own ship. With the communication with the radio room, fake radio room.
You mean the funk room?
The funk room. That's right. So the Portuguese found the funk room, but not the true radio room. And even at the end of the movie, because there's a point where the submarine, that has been beginning to send all the information to sink all the Allied ships, almost sinks their boat, and then decides it's too junky. Why are these Indians taking out a fishing vessel off the river in the ocean?
Wouldn't be worth the torpedo.
Wouldn't be with the torpedo. But in the end, I kind of thought they were going to go after it with the submarine. So for half a second, I'm like, oh no.
I like the fact that these are all old dudes. They're like our age.
Yeah.
But back then, our age would be like 80.
Right.
So these guys were all like having like all these health issues and stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't like suddenly become like
Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Sylvester Stallone.
They were real old dudes getting shot, hurt, falling down. When they're in the corridor and the big Nazi's got a hold of Patrick McNee, and dude like shoots him and he falls over. That's really McNee. He's like, oh shit,
exactly. Yeah.
So it was just so. I love action movies, particularly World War II movies that are like realistic.
Yes.
They have that just air of realism about them.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject of the air of realism, this was filmed on location?
It was, and
you can't beat that anymore. It's on film, on location is like the pinnacle of movies.
Yeah. Which at the same time, even and again, keep going back to it, but like for me, even though it's realism, and it was real, but it still had that air of like a James Bond film. You go to fancy places, you go to places you've never seen before, and this was definitely it was the real island. I mean, they really filmed on the actual island, and so
and I love how eager these old coots are to kill some Nazis.
Yeah.
They just can't wait.
Yeah. Well, and I love too the setup that so Roger Moore's character has to set up all the distractions on the island, and the fact that they do it by paying for prostitutes to take care of every sailor and military person on the island for that night. And then they have a parade and fireworks. I mean, they do such a good job of the distractions. Because you had all these little plots going on, all these little plots coming together to make this happen. And so it was great.
It all gets tied up in the end.
Yeah. but was cinematic. So realistic, but yet cinematic at the same time. So I think it did both. It worked both ways.
What a tie.
And I believed in them. You know what I mean? Like you said, they were really hurting, but at the same time, man, they must have done a lot of fighting in the Boer War, because they kind of clicked back right to their military training, and that worked, I think, for them. And then, of course, I think the love interest plot with Roger Moore was interesting, because, again, not to keep being a dead horse, but it's the classic James Bond falls for the girl who's actually a bad guy.
It's all on purpose.
They really pushed that, and she was great. She, when she did that, and kept stabbing everybody, had the little blade in her purse. I kept waiting for like her Spectre ring to be out.
Yeah, she needs like a really cool like entendre name.
Yes. So yeah, she was great in it too. So, and she gets hers. So he brutally turns the knife on her. And so, although again, if maybe somebody could help in the comments, I'm confused why in movies getting stabbed in the stomach like immediately kills you. Like
I can understand.
I can say if you came up with a knife and severed major arteries,
or
perhaps
if you get popped in the back, like in your kidneys and shit, it won't take long at all. But I understand a bullet.
Yes,
because
correct.
So that's a wrecking ball through your system.
Yeah, but it was a little, knife about this big. So maybe I'm wrong. Man, I don't knife fight, so maybe. But if someone in the comments, if you're a knife expert, and
you know who could tell us?
Nick. So Nick, if you're watching, please come in the comments and let us know why she died so quickly from a stomach stab wound.
Whatever.
I'm so glad I picked this. So glad that we
the luck of the Shack Sack.
Yeah, the Shack Sack.
The Shack Sack again. The Shack Sack keeps on giving.
Thanks, guys.
One time in the late '90s, I saw a special interview with the last surviving member of the Light Horse Brigade.
Okay.
And he was like 108 or 109 years old, and he had an eye patch.
Oh, there we go.
I don't think it was that guy, but he had an eye patch, and he was living in, I want to say like Australia or something like that. And he was married to a much younger woman, as was the style of the time. Much younger, meaning she's probably like 70.
Right.
But they asked him like what he attributed to his longevity being, and he just said, "Bad luck, I guess." I saw this in the '90s on like Turner Classic Movies or whatever the other classic movie channel was, AMC, and hunted all over creation for it, and never could find it. And then, like I said, in the probably 15 years ago, I bought it on Amazon for like when Amazon wasn't what it is now, and we didn't know Bezos was a supervillain.
Right.
I'll be through, just like the country.
Let us know if you've seen it and what you think. And while you're down there, do all the YouTube things. Hit that like button. Hit that, bell icon so you don't miss a single video. Make sure you subscribe.
Take a gander at Moon Ranker. See if maybe you can tell us you want to have more of those.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're going to keep bringing you other James Bond related
like
content.
I'll find Shout at the Devil or the Quest. I used to have the Quest on VHS.
Or we'll review all of the Saint. The Saint episodes.
I don't even know. I'd rather watch Maverick. All right, we'll get back to the wonderful world of Wonder Woman later. We just thought we'd take a little break from it and have a little bit of a distraction. I'm Paul.
I'm Mark.
And I don't have an ending for this.
This has been the Return of the Son of the Show, the Shack Sack edition.
You're the man,
Mike. Come back, man. Come back and join us.
I'm gonna make Steel too. And I want you to be in it.
American International Pictures presents Shout at the Devil. Shout at the Devil.
I just
need a helping hand.
In all these elephants we're supposed to shoot, they must belong to somebody. Well, aren't they German elephants?
But yes, but they don't know they're German. Kill them! Get them!
I'm gonna have a baby.
You rapist!
Shout at the devil.
I want Flynn! Burn them all!
Lee Marvin. Roger Moore. Barbara Parkins. In Shout at the Devil.